We're back in Cyberpunk 2077, taking a look at patch 2.02, going over the notes of everything that has been changed and adjusted and is new. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So this update is rolled out for PC, Series XS, and PS5. Number of quest and gameplay fixes, as well as general improvements, as Dogtown was questionable for performance in regards to the state of this one's expansion at launch. While the expansion I think is absolutely excellent. We do have a review of that on the channel. Performance was a little iffy in some spaces. So Phantom Liberty specific changes. Rebalance the time limits for vehicle contracts, various fixes for animations, lighting, scenes, VFX, and more. Fix collision issues in various locations that could cause players to get stuck. When starting a new game and skipping ahead to Phantom Liberty, quests that were simulated as completed will now be visible in the journal. Fixed an issue where the Quadrasport R7 Vigilante wasn't available for purchase in the AutoFixer website in some circumstances. Fixed an issue where roadblocks were present in front of the Dogtown gates, thus preventing entry. Sasquatch's hammer will now appear in the vendor stock at the stadium's black market if it was originally missed after the boss fight with Sasquatch. Tex's body will now spawn in the landfill on saves where the option to skip ahead to Phantom Liberty was selected. It will now be possible to pick up Jackie's guns from the altar in El Coyote Kojo on saves where the option to skip ahead to Phantom Liberty was selected. Fixed an issue where a placeholder pop-up would be displayed on Xbox Series XS instead of an error message regarding Phantom Liberty installation. Addicted to Chaos. Fixed an issue where it could become impossible to complete the quest if the stash is looted before receiving the message with the code. Black Steel in the Honor of Chaos. Fixed an issue where, under specific circumstances, the quest could remain active even after failing it by not following the traces left by Songbird. Firestarter. It will no longer be possible to disassemble the stadium security data shard after looting it from Hansen's body, thus blocking quest progression. Firestarter. It will now be possible to pick up the Bald Eagle weapon after siding with Songbird. Gigs. Road to Redemption. Fixed an issue where the door leading to the stadium's weapons factory could be opened by accident earlier in Firestarter, which later interfered with gig progression and could lock the player behind the door. Hi-ho Silver Lining. Fixed an issue where the objective, Leave Heavy Hearts, might not be marked complete after leaving Heavy Hearts. I've seen that face before. Fixed an issue where the Go to the Vantage Point objective might not be marked complete after reaching the Vantage Point. Moving Heat. Fixed an issue where it wasn't possible to get in the car because it didn't spawn. Oh, that would have been a little bit annoying, right? So, Moving Heat. Fixed an issue where the quest could remain stuck on the Leave with the Car objective even after getting in the car and leaving the area. Run This Town. Fixed an issue where the Black Sapphire could become inaccessible because of a closed shutter if the players had triggered combat in the lobby at the end of You Know My Name. Run This Town. Fixed an issue where it wasn't possible to meet with Mr. Hands and Heavy Hearts because the elevator was disabled. Run This Town. Fixed an issue where the character menu and fast travel remained blocked after removing Aguilar's imprint. Run This Town. Fixed an issue where the journal incorrectly suggested the player had to complete Gig Spy in the Jungle to continue the quest when in fact Gig Heaviest of Hearts was required instead. Somewhat damaged. Fixed an issue where Cerberus wouldn't spawn until the corridor chase scene if the player fired a weapon at a specific spot near Terminal Sierra. Somewhat damaged. Removed the attribute check from doors when locked in the observation room and adjusted the objective to make it clear that hiding from Cerberus was required to progress. Spider and the Fly. Fixed an issue where the boss fight with the Chimera would not start. The Damned. Fixed an issue where the quest objective disappeared after meeting in the Moth, thus blocking progress. The Killing Moon. Fixed an issue where it was possible to trigger the police system while driving to the spaceport. Things Done Changed. Fixed an issue where the screen could go black after calling the nurse. That's actually kind of funny. Tomorrow Never Knows. Fixed an issue where completing Heroes made it impossible to ask Misty about the tarot cards. New Person, Same Old Mistakes. Fixed an issue where the door to Bill's hot dog stand was still closed for some players on 2.01. Quests and Open World. Fixed an issue where the Quadra Type 66 Winggate wasn't visible on the call vehicle menu after being purchased. Johnny will no longer appear when collecting the reward for Trauma Drama prior to completing Act 1. The Trauma Team website will now be accessible on V's computer when the Killing in the Name quest is active. Beat on the Brat, Aroa. Fixed an issue where beating Buck while having microgenerator cyberware equipped could block the completion of the quest. Gig, we have your wife. Fixed an issue where the gig might not start after approaching the quest area. Life during wartime. Fixed an issue where Pan Am might not get on the motorcycle and ride to the gas station if V got on theirs first. Path of Glory. V will no longer flatline after entering the Delamain AV. The Beast in Me. Fixed an issue where it wasn't possible to shoot from the vehicle during the race. Gameplay. Rebalance the stats of some weapons based on player feedback. The Malorian Arms 3516 received a buff. Recoil is easier to handle even at low stamina, and damage was increased. Crafting specs for iconic weapons will now disappear after crafting the item. Added stats to the tooltip of the monowire that were missing. Fixed an issue where it was possible to duplicate junk items. Bullets now deal damage correctly when shooting through glass. I noticed that, that's actually very helpful. Fixed an issue where it was possible to easily obtain tier 5 skill shards early in the game. Their prices have been adjusted. Disabled the bait quick hack on enemies standing at the edge of an area they're not supposed to leave. Fixed an issue where data recycler perk recovered the base RAM cost without taking RAM reduction perks into account, thus recovering more RAM than was actually spent. Fixed some specific instances where crowd NPCs could clip through vehicles while walking. Fixed an issue that could cause elevators in various quests to spawn on an incorrect floor if a save/load was performed after they start moving. Fixed an issue where the appearance of V's hands in first-person perspective might not change correctly after installing or uninstalling ARM cyberware. Giving money to a homeless person will no longer lower your NCPD wanted level. Fixed an issue where cyberware could get downgraded to tier 1 after updating the game to 2.01. Fixed skill progression passives. PC specific. Selecting default graphics settings should now pick the proper quick preset based on your hardware and according to the latest system recommendations. Introduce a mechanism for the detection of mismatched or corrupted scripts which are caused by outdated mods or file corruption during update/installation. It will now show a descriptive error message and close the game instead of resulting in a crash. Console specific. Increase the save.dat internal buffer size to 15 megabytes without increasing the overall max save size. Refactor the saving process to not overwrite a save until we know that the data is valid. This helps prevent save corruption in case there's not a space for saving. Miscellaneous. I know. Various optimizations, performance improvements, and crash fixes. Fixed an issue where some achievements or trophies could unlock after loading a pre-2.0 save on 2.01 despite not meeting the criteria for them. Please note this will not reset already unlocked achievements. Fixed an issue where under specific circumstances a warning detected message could be displayed instead of completed when having your vehicle scanned or when connecting your personal link. Fixed an issue of blinking trash that could sometimes be visible when crawling out of the landfill in playing for time. Fixed a misaligned glitch effect on Johnny. Fixed an issue where NPCs could appear stretched out when affected by explosions or savage sling ability. Fixed an issue where tooltips on the map and interaction prompts for renting apartments showed double the price. Blocked cross progression from uploading saves bigger than the max save limit on consoles to prevent crashes and other issues such as importing saves. Recovered the voiceover to improve audio quality in German, simplify Chinese, and Japanese. So there we go, that's the 2.02 update. We didn't get to take a look at the 2.01 update because I had early access to the Phantom Liberty expansion, and CD Projekt Red had to fix a sort of update thing on their end. A similar thing happened to me during The Witcher 3, which was a little entertaining as I wanted to do more update videos on that one. But yeah, we finally got back on the correct update path so we could check out the new stuff and take a look at things. It does, at least to me, seem like the performance is patched up quite a bit. In the game, it still definitely has some performance issues within the world and realm of Dogtown. Definitely noticed that walking down the streets and fighting some things. It's a lot better than it was. It still, I think, has a little bit of room for improvement in regards to making sure everything is running a lot more fluid. But yeah, beautiful game scenario and setup. I guess that's about it for the patch notes this time around. I do have 2 excellent interviews for Phantom Liberty on the channel if you missed those. One with Female V, Jeremy there, and one with the voice of Songbird. So if you want to get a little bit more behind the scenes kind of knowledge, know-how, and presentations for this game, I definitely would recommend taking a look at those interviews, as you might find them to be quite intriguing. And as always, I'm looking forward and eager to see more Cyberpunk in action, as I'm sure there is a lot more adventures and stuff to come down the road for this game. At least for me, I'm always eager to see what's new and what's being added to this one.